Good afternoon, everyone. Uh, Let me try to explain what does it mean contract invariance theory. A little brief that yesterday I shared with you here in this platform or the LinkedIn. The point is this: it starts with the justice with the law. From the ancient philosophers, justice has only tried to find some kind of law based in an objective matters, not subjective, not the will, not the moral, but something objective for made the justice uh, the same in everywhere. Uh, with the arise of the moral in terms of Socrates, with the development of Plato and Aristotle, uh, the law take some form as based on some kind of metaphysics. With the Romans, the law take the form of technique, no, juridic techniques, and they set the basis for the current law until now. So, with the modern times, there arise a new kind of law from the side of subjective individuals, and then some part is replaces the metaphysics of the subject, the individuals, is replaced by the positivism. Then now today we talk about the law as the positive law. So what I did was try to find some law, some justice conception based in physics, in order to develop some kind of social physics. Okay, and I develop a theory that I call it geometric justice. The terms I take it from the Aristotle's in the ethics, Nicomachean ethics. In the book 5, Aristotle refers this kind of justice as a proportional justice. But through the history, this concept is adopted by the law and in economics, but is settled in the private sector first, when some contract or some kind of society, people, societas, participate in the constitution of some kind of company or business. So in the participation is this concept of geometric justice that is currently applied in many places. But in Aristotle, this conception is mainly adopted for the politics sphere. Aristotle talk about the retribution, the merit of the citizens, and how the police retribution this citizen with honor and something like that. So in the antiquity, this is the concept of geometric justice settled in the public sphere, while in the private sector, economics, for example, Aristotle used the conception of arithmetic justice. We call it now commutative law, commutative justice. So what I did was find, with the current state of science and knowledge, find the fundamental in physics in order to foundation a new kind of justice, not based in moral, not based in positivism, but based in science. And that is what I call it geometric justice. Okay, this is the main content, my corpus of the uh, social engineering treatise of social engineering that I publishes at the beginning of the years. And when I wrote this treatise of geometric justice, I find that the application of the concept in Aristotle was too much restrictive, because there are, in economics, in private sphere, many pact, many trade contract where there are some form or participation where the geometric or distribution concept apply to. So this is the source of this conception or theory of contractual invariance theory. This is the source from this theory is deductive. Okay. Now, the conception of this theory, CIT, contractual invariance theory, is that the the basic differentiation that made Aristotle with the geometrical justice and arithmetical justice is incomplete, is inadequate, and many of the problems that the new institutional economics find in the societies, like problems like incentives, like moral hazard, like opportunism, arise from this problematic conception settled by Aristotle, that he called it arithmetical justice. Because in really, when you have a pact, a contract, that is not buy and sell, a contract, the contract in really stay in time. Many contract during sometimes a month, a years, or decades. So this kind of contract, there isn't uh, the arithmetic characteristic set by Aristotle. This contract suffer over the time some kind of imbalance, deformation. Why? Because people uh, have strategies. People develop strategies, behaviors, in order to control the society, control the business, gains benefit, gain profit, uh, try to externalize the charge, the cost in others, may sometimes partners too of the society. And this kind of behavior are the source of the uh, uh, um, judges, the source of trial. That is the point. Okay. So what I mean with this kind of theory, contractual invariance theory, is find in nature, in science, how 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 does nature works in order to maintain the growth uh, and be permanent in times, remain in times. How nature do that? And that is why I find some concept that I call it law of numbing proportion that was founded and developed by Darcy Thompson at the beginning of the 20th century. And I try to share in a very few words in the PowerPoint shared with you yesterday the essence of how in nature, in physics, in nature, in physics, like pre-Socratic philosophers call it, how nature grow the caracol and some kind of flowers, even galaxies grow, remain they forms with no avoiding that some part huge enormous size with the others is depletion the other part. That is the idea that the theory explain, and of course the principle the principle of invariance means that in a contract, if you takes if you change some charge, you need to move and change some support. If you want to remain the society, the company, the firm remain in the time, you need to every time you need to move one, a benefits, a charge, you need to take some measures in order to maintain the balance in support. That is the main idea. These videos need to be short, so my intention is to explain a little more. That's a very short PowerPoint. The last idea I would like to share with you is that this kind of theory has impact not only in private sector but in public, like Buchanan and Tulloch explained to us in the social public theory. If we apply the geometric justice and the contractual invariance theory, we have elements to judge how is the relation and the justice between state and cities, and state and regions. That is my idea and the element of the theory of the contractual invariance theory. Have a good day.